Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm playing 2D6 Dungeon by Toby Lancaster. I'm picking up where I left off last time, so if you haven't watched the previous videos, you may want to go back and watch them. In this episode, I am visiting town and then I'm heading down into level 4. My hero Bryke found the stairs down to level 4 in the previous dungeon, which is right here. I found the secret chute, so I'm going to go up and use it real quick, buy some potions and armor and what have you. Then I'm going to come back and hit the stairs. So when you go up to town, there's a certain number of steps you take. You can do things. You can sell items, which I may or may not do. I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to look and see what some of the armor costs. You can have a maximum of 3 armor pieces, and I have slots for 1 more. There were no prisoners liberated, so I don't have to worry about that. It says when you leave, you go back up to full health. So I'm back up to 30. And I'm only 145 points away from leveling up to level 4, so that's pretty good. And hopefully I'll be able to do that in level 4. Now, go to the market. So let's roll to see what my punishment is, because when you go to the market, you have to roll 2 dice. This is about bartering, and then you deduct your precision. I rolled a 3, minus 1 is 2. Taken to the cleaners, you lose 50% of the sell price of your loot. So, knowing that, you're not supposed to know that before you choose to sell. You do it first and then you roll. But I really didn't have anything to sell. I wasn't going to sell my Malacca leaves or the lockpicks or any of my potions. I didn't find. I think I did find. I never rolled for the potion, did I? I don't think I did. Actually, yeah, I think I did. I rolled for a potion of gain health. Never mind. I did find 24 gold necklace. So I'll sell that and get 12. So half of that. So that takes me up to 109 gold. And 63 silver, I'll convert that to gold. It's 10 to 1, so 6 gold is 115. That leaves me with 3 silver, and the copper I'm not even going to worry about. Because 10 copper equals 1 silver, it won't matter. All right, so let's go see what I can buy. That's the next step. Now, I definitely want to get more armor. Armor is your way to survive in the dungeon. You've got to block that damage. Right now, I have a banded shield, which takes off 2. The best stuff takes off 3 or even 4, but right now I can't afford it. It's in the hundreds. But what I can afford is something in the middle tier, which is minus 2. The cheapest minus 3 is 95. It's a helmet, and I don't want to spend all my gold on a helmet, even though that would leave me with 20. But that's not enough for some potions and such. So let's stick with the minus 2. The long leather jacket, I can sell it for half, so I can sell it for 10 gold. So I'm going to sell my long leather jacket for 10 gold. That it normally costs 20, so I can only get 50%, remember. So I'm going to go up to 125, and I'm going to erase the long leather coat, which is a 3-2 and a minus 1. So I'll take these off, and that leaves me with a 6-5, which is minus 2. So let's see. What else could we get? Well, that is a shield, so I don't need a shield. We could get a helm for 60, which is a 3-2. That would be good. Let's do that. I will buy just a standard helmet. So let me write this down here. The helmet is 60. So that takes me down to 65, and it is a 3-2. And it is also minus 2. So let me load that up. So we got a 3 and a 2 secondary, and they both take away 2 damage. All right, and maybe that takes me down to 65 gold. And I want to leave some for some extra purchases, but I've still got room for 1 more. I'm blocking on 6 and 3s. Is there anything I could buy? Metal bracers, 3-3. I don't want to double up on anything. Mail coif, 6 and a 4. That would do it. That costs 50, though. That only leaves me with 50 gold. It's heavy armor, which does reduce damage. But you know what? I'd rather save my 65 and go shopping for some potions and scrolls. Now, I normally don't buy scrolls. Scrolls are tricky. You have to roll double. You have to roll double to get them. So let's look at potions. I already have a potion of gain health, which recovers 15 and it costs 25. So the further health, which is plus 25, and it can go over baseline, is only 40. It's 15 gold more, but you get a lot more for your money. The further health is nice. I could get 2 of those. I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy a potion of extra health, of further health for 40. What is the extra health? Extra health is heal up to 30. I don't want that. I want further health, 25. It's 40 gold, so that takes me down to 25. It gives me 2 of those. So I have 2 further health potions. And with 25 gold left, I could get a potion of examination, plus 2 to a treasure roll in 1 room. I could get 25. I could get another gain health. I could get a mighty strength, plus 2 damage per hit for 1 whole combat. But it's a one-time use. Now, granted, it does give you plus 2 damage, and that could be something. Strength, plus 1 damage per hit for 1 whole combat. I'd rather have the mighty strength. You know what? I'm going to buy it. I'm going to have 5 gold left. I'm going to buy a potion of mighty strength, and that is going to be my last purchase. Potion of mighty strength. Where do I put that? I'll just put it up here. Potion of mighty strength. Now, granted, it does take an action to drink a potion in combat, but it might be worth it if I come up against a really tough monster. All right, that is done. Now, the last stuff you can do in town, and I'm not going to, is, no offense, Toby, but the town stuff just is not appealing. I don't like losing health when I go bar hopping, which is one of the options. Let me get to it real quick. So after you buy and sell items, you can go buy rations. I already have, well, how many do I have? It says you can buy a maximum of 3 rations for 10 silver. 10 silver, that's 50 silver. 5 gold is, so I'll buy 5 rations. I'll get plus 5 rations, and I'll add that to my book and my iPad in a minute. And that knocks me down to 0 gold. And that will wipe out my gold. And I have 3 silver left. I don't even know why I'm tracking the silver, but it can add up, I guess. All right, that is it. Now, you can go to the tavern and you roll a random number, and if you do really well, you can get extra hit points. If you do really bad, you can lose hit points. I'd rather not do that. Then you can go, you could go to the temple, which I may do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to choose Tuneric for, because I've got 3 or 2 with him, or 3, I can't remember. In Tuneric, I've got 3, so that'll take me to 4. And that may come in handy because calling in a favor is a big deal. And if you roll, you have to roll equal or less than the number of favor points. I have 4. If you fail the roll, you don't lose your favor points. You just don't get to call in the favor. And I think you can call in 1 favor per game. I'll have to look that up, but anyway. Next, you can go do an arm wrestle, which I'm not going to do, if you go to the town hall. And that is it. So I am going to return to the dungeon. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll up the entry room for level 4. It is a 5x5. I think for the entry room, you don't roll doubles. Or you don't deal with it, just for the entry room. Let me look and see. For the entry room, the only room that has nothing in it, it is never too small or too large, but always an area of 6 squares and no more than 12. Well, if you roll under or over, it also has 3. Roll a d6. Okay, it never has too small, but always an area of 6 to 12, and no more than 12. So it says if you roll over this, make it 6. So I have a 2x3 room with 3 exits. So 1, 2, 3, and this is the entrance. And that is where my hero will begin. There are steps up. I guess I did that backwards, didn't I? And we will go north through that corridor. All right, let's go see what we got. So I roll a 3-3. Now in this game, if you roll doubles for a room, you roll 2 additional dice and add them to this, but you don't do doubles again. So I'll add 4 and the 3. So this is going to be a 6 by 7 room. 6 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is considered a large room. Anything over 32 is considered a large room. This is going to be room number 1. And I rolled. You have to roll to see what is in the room. So let me get the, and I'm rolling on new tables now. So for level 4, I'm on dungeon level number 4. I'm going to be rolling on, get to it, where are you? It's the pink ones. Here we go. The level 4 large room is page 54. Page 54. Level 4 large. You roll 2d6 and you add them together. That is a 10. So a 10 on a large room. 10 is a dark pool. There is a circular pool here with raised edges. It seems to be full of ink. You may gather some if you have a correct container. It has archways. Oh, I didn't roll for exits. How many exits? No exits. Wow, dead end. All right. Well, that's interesting. That's going to make for an interesting looking dungeon. So there's a pool here filled with ink, and I do have containers. So I will add that to my thing. It is a unique room, so it can only be. It's a dark pool. Dark pool, and it is unique, and it has plus ink. So I can have. I think I only have 1 or 2 containers, but I'll just say plus 1 ink, and archways. So it's no exit, so I'm going to have to go back. So that is a dead end room. I will leave. It's good to know if I find a temple or altar in Tuneric, he likes ink. No. Yeah, in Tuneric likes ink, so I'll be able to get another point for him. Let's go left. We have to go back to the entrance, and we'll go left. And I rolled a corridor. It goes out 6 and up 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 1. Like that. All right, we will follow it. And now it goes up 6 and over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll have it go this way. All right. I think you're supposed to roll for number of exits on corridors. I could be wrong. I think you are, but I've been doing that wrong the whole time I've been playing this game, so I'm just going to keep going. We rolled a 3-4, so there is a room. It is 3 this way, which is perfect, and 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. How many exits does it have? 3. Well, there's only room for 2, so I'll put 1 here and 1 here, and we'll roll to see what type of doors those are, or what type of exits they are in just a second. I'll go ahead and shade this in so you'll be able to see it a little better. And let's see what this room is. This is a normal size room. So a normal size room for level 4 is on page 57. So remember page 57. I'm going to write that up here. Page 57 for rooms. 57. Roll 2d6. Green is high. I rolled a 6-3. This is going to be room number 2. And 6-3, it continues on the next page, is a Miran shrine. Miran shrine. There is a large statue of a beast with many animal faces, twisted muscles, and torn flesh. This is a sacred place to Miran. You may apply 2 different offerings, each for 1 FP, favor point, and this room has archways, so there's no locked doors. Is it unique? Yes, it is unique. Okay, Miran, and what does Miran like? Let's take a look. Miran likes blood, meat, leather, horn, dragon scales, and rubies. I don't think I have any of that. I might have leather. Let's take a look. Leather. I have some leather straps. I will scrap those, and I will get one Miratani favor point. Miratani 1. All right. So that will be it, and now we have to roll to see where I'm going to go. I'm going to go through the west door here. And I rolled a 6-4, big room. Okay. Let's see. This will be room number 3. 6 by 4. So unfortunately I can't go 6, so I'm going to invert those and I'm going to make it a 4 by 6 room, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I always frame the room just so I see how big it is. Then I roll for exits. 5 is, I can never remember, 5 is 2 exits. All right, so we'll put 1 at the top and 1 right here. And shade this in. Can't go back through there. And let's see, this is going to be room number 3. And let's see what it is. It is a normal size room. Excuse me, page 57. And roll 2d6. I rolled a 4, 5. I always write down the number I roll so I can reference it back later if I forget. 4, 5 is a smart tomb. It's an interesting name. I've not encountered this before. Smart tomb. Get a drink. My throat is... Alright, smart tomb. This chamber is lined with alcoves, in which appear to be urns with nobles' name plaques. If you search them, roll on URL2, but then roll a d6. On a 1 to 4, a patrol will turn up. Roll on L4P. This room has arches, so again, no locked doors. Is it unique? It is not unique. So first off, I'm going to search them. Roll on URL2. That's urns, of course. URL2 is on page 32. And let me put a bookmark here so I can come back to it. URL2, no modifier, just roll. I rolled a 7. Someone has hidden a potion in there. It is wrapped in cloth. Roll on potion table number 2. Potion table number 2 is on page 16. 16, potion table number 2, right there. Roll a d6. It is a potion of extra healing. Hey, I'll take another one. This is great. All right, potion of extra healing. I don't have a potion of extra healing. I have gain health and further health, but now I have a potion of extra healing, which I think is really good. I think that, let me look it up. Potion of extra health. Extra healing, yeah. Let's see what that is. That is extra healing. Heal up to 30 health points. So if I get down in like low 10s, I could drink it and go right back up to 30. That's awesome. All right, let's go back to the page. Now I have to roll to see if there is an encounter. It said to roll a d6, and on a 1 to 4, there is a patrol. Oh yeah, there's a patrol. Roll on L4P. L4P is probably going to be up here. There it is. Level 4 patrol. Roll a d6. I rolled a 5, which is an ophilet. Ophilet. O-F-I-L-I-T. And by the way, I apologize. In the 2 previous videos, I told you that I was going to put cards up on the screen so you could follow along. And I forgot to do that. I will be better at that, I promise. So I need to find an ophilet, which is either going to be a level 3 or a level 4 monster. Let's see if he's a level 3. He's not a level 3. Uh-oh. Is he a level 2, just in case? I've got the level 2 deck here. It's not a level 2, so that means an ophilet is probably level 4. It is a level 4 creature. And by the way, in this game, in 2D6 Dungeon, you cannot run away. I had a conversation recently with Toby Lancaster, the creator of the game, and we talked about that, about how 2D6 is all about forward progress. You cannot run back. You've got to fight. All right, I will put the Ophalit up on the screen. It has 32 health. Okay, I'm just going to do this in groups of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there will be 4 levels of health. And I'll just draw more as I need it. He has, or it looks like some sort of evil looking. Ophalits are ancient giants of the old world, return to the deep caves as undead beings, only to find a dungeon in its place. They wander the tunnels, confused, aggressively searching for their lost home. All right, he has +2 shift. He blocks. Padded shoulders blocks on primary 5s at -2. And blocks on secondary 3s and 6s at -1. 3s and 6s. All right, there we go. He's got a lot of health. I'm not going to drink that potion yet because I haven't decided, how. Let's see how tough this guy is. I have 2 shift. We are starting on combat round number 1. I will attack first. Man, all of his hits do +2 damage, like D6 +2, D3 +2. And it looks like I do block on a secondary 2 and a primary. Nope, I only block on a secondary 2, unfortunately. All right, I attack. I rolled a 1-2. With 2 shift, I know I can't make that a 3-3. I miss. The Ophalit comes at me. Uh-oh, that's not good. With a 6-5, it can lower this to a 5 with one of them, and it can lower this to a 4 with one of them. He's got 2 shifts. So a 5-4 is a crushing grip. I do not block on a primary. Wait a minute, hold on. This was a 5, and this was a 6. Hold on, I had it backwards. So the 5, and it can lower this to a 4. There we go. Okay, I knew there was something I was doing wrong. 5-4. So it still hits. D3 +2. 2 + 2 is 4. I am down to 26 damage. 26 health. And I will go to round number 2. Come on. Oh, a critical miss. All right. He swings at me. With a 2-2 and a shifted 2, he cannot get up to a 5-4, but he can get to a 1-2, which is unfortunate for me because it does D6 +2 damage. But, and once again, I keep doing this wrong. This was a 2. This should go down to the 1-2. I do block on a secondary 2 at -2, so it's just going to be a D6 damage. Down to 22 damage. Turn number 3. I rolled a 2-2. With my 2 shift, I can make that a 3-3. Unfortunately, he does block on a secondary 3, so it's -1. I do D6. It's D6 -1, and no damage. Man. Turn number 4. He swings. With a 1-3 and 2 shift, he can make this a 1-2 again, which is D6 damage. I block on secondary 2s. He does 2 damage. Hold on. I rolled a 2. D6, yeah, 2 damage. I'm at 20 already, and I haven't hit him yet. All right, turn number 5. We both get. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get. We forgot to get the bonus shift, but I don't think it would have mattered for me. Now we're at turn number 5 with 2 bonus shift. Did I jump one? I can't remember. That's all right. I rolled a 6-1 with 4 shift. Well, even with 3, I could get this to a 6-4, which is my best attack. So I do D6 +2, and he does not block on a primary 6 or a secondary 4. So D6 +2, 3 + 2 is 5, and I've hurt him. He will now attack me. A 4-5 with 4 shift. He can the best he can do. The one that does the most damage is the 1-2. With 4 shift, he could get this down to a 1, but he couldn't get this to a 2. So he's got to go to the next one, which is a 5-4. With 4 shift, he can turn this to a 5, and he can turn that to a 4. And I do block on none of that. 5-4. So he will do D3 +2. That is 2 + 2 is 4 damage. So I'm down to 16. Ugh. Man. Remember, I've got that potion of extra healing, which will take me right back up to 30, so I'm hopeful for that. Turn number 6, we both get 3 shift. Bonus 3 shift. I rolled a 6-5. I will convert that to a 6-4. He doesn't block on any of it. It is D6 +2. 8 damage. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just block out an entire line here. And he attacks me with a 5-4, which is what he needs. It's a D3 plus 2. With 5 shift, he could make that a 4, a 1, but he couldn't get this to a 2. So even with his shift, he can't make it the best thing he can do. So he'll do D3 plus 2. That is a 2 plus 2 is 4. I'm down to 12. And now we go up to turn number 7. Now, this is called tiring. Anything that is movement-based, you ignore. He has a swinging forearm block. So he will not block anymore on the secondary 3s and 6s. But his armor will still block. All right, so I will come at him with a 4-3. With 5 shift, I can turn this to a 6 and this to a 4. And I will do another D6 plus 2 damage. 5 plus 2 is 7. I will block out an entire line here and just leave that 1. And he will come at me with a 3-3. Now, with 5 shift, he can get this down to a 1 with 2, and he can get this to a 2 with 1. So he can make that a 1-2. And I block on a secondary 2 at -2, so it just does a D6 damage. 4 damage. I am down to 8. All right, now we're getting serious. Now I may actually have to drink that potion because if he rolls that hit again and gets, well, I still block on a 2. So the most damage he could do on the next turn is 6. So I'm going to hold off and see if I can take him this time again. All right, so I'm going to attack him, and I got a 6-2, which I will convert to a 6-4. It does D6 plus 2. 8 damage will draw out this whole line. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 health left. If he hits me this round, I've got to drink that potion. He will. He can make that with 2 and 2. So he will turn that to a 1 and a 2. I block on a 2 at -2, so he just does D6 damage. He does. He takes me down to 2 health. So on my turn, I will drink the potion of extra healing. Come on, where are you? Potion of extra healing, and I go back up to 30. Now what that means is I miss my turn, and he will attack again. So he comes at me with a 2-4. He can once again get this to a 1-2, which does D6 damage. I'm down to 28. 28. And I will come at him. Come on. And I got an exact 6-4, which means I get to choose. I'll choose the drubbing. And I get to add my shift, which is 5. He only has 4 health left, so he's dead. 2 plus 4 is 6, and he dies. All right. That was a level 4 monster. All right. I get 210 experience. So that will take me up to 1,055. 1,055. And I know I have a blue somewhere. I'll have to find the other blue, but right now I'll use this one. 1055, which means I level up. But before we deal with the level up, let's get the treasure. All right, it says when you defeat him, you get a roll on BST2. BST2 is Body Search, page 20. Page 20. Body Search 2, and I get to add +1 to it. That's 8, 9. Around the creature's waist is a silk sash worth 3d6 plus 30 gold. Wow. 2, 3, 4 plus 30 is plus 34 gold. Well, that means I have 34 now. And it says, hanging from it is a throwing axe plus 2. I keep forgetting I have these throwing weapons. I'm not going to use them in this game because I need to read the rules again, but they're pretty cool. And it says you also get a torque worth 3d6 gold. That's 10, 13 gold, plus 13. And that takes me up to 47. Okay, that's it for the treasure, but let's go back to the room. I already searched, it was the 4-5, wasn't it? I rolled for the, page 57. It's 4-5. Smart Tomb. Roll an L4 So yeah, so I did. I got the treasure, and that was that. All right, I try to keep these videos to 30 minutes, so we made a good headway into the dungeon. I got some good treasure. I leveled up, but I'll deal with that in the next video. In the next video, I'll pick up right where I left off in this room, and we'll keep exploring level 4. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of 2d6 Dungeon. I'll be back very soon with the next episode. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.